Late this summer, the Michigan State men's basketball team added twins Colin and Brennan Walton to the roster as freshman walk-ons. The two were very talented players at Okemos High School and had no intentions of playing college basketball until this opportunity came about. Our Tyler Driesinga sat down with them this week to talk more about the opportunity to play for the team they grew up rooting for and how they are living out a childhood dream.
Sometimes life is about being in the right place at the right time. Twins Brennan and Colin Walton know that all too well.
If you would have told me when I was 6 that I'd be playing on being a part of this team, I'd be gravely surprised. If you had told me my junior year of high school that I'd be playing basketball in college, I'd be just as surprised.
Yeah, we definitely got a funky route to get here, I'd say that. And I mean, I said this to you previously in the summer, like, yeah, I was working at McDonald's in March.
The Waltons grew up in Okemos, the neighboring town to East Lansing. They were two of the top players on Okemos' varsity team, but playing in college wasn't really on their minds. That all changed when Okemos played East Lansing High, and the Waltons played well in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, I mean, played the game, played hard, got a technical, went to the locker room, was annoyed, but knew that we'd run into them again.
Okemos lost that night in the last regular season game of the Waltons' senior year. But little did the twins know, Tom Izzo was at the game, and he was quite impressed by the way the brothers played.
One thing led to another, and got a call in July.
That call was from MSU assistant coach John Borovich, asking them if they'd like to join the MSU team as walk-ons. The Spartans had invited the Waltons to a couple of workouts since that game against East Lansing. But the twins didn't think too much of it. They were working summer jobs in landscaping, playing golf, and trying to figure out what to do with the next chapters of their lives when the call came.
I mean, we were both up usually at 4:35 spraying pesticides. So.
No, it wasn't that early, but it was.
Dude, some of the days when it was 90, it was that early.
It was.
But
early,
I mean, we were up at 5.
Right.
But yeah. So again, that call was great because then I was able to quit that job.
Yeah, and it was as soon as I got pesticide certified too.
Yeah, I just passed
I
those
had to take these tests.
At MSU.
Day I finally passed the test for the 3rd time. Get a call on, okay, I'm quitting. So. Yeah, if anybody needs pesticide spray, you know who to call.
The Waltons are roommates these days, but without their parents around to ease some of the tension, they say there's been a little bit of a learning curve.
For instance, my mom would get mad at Brennan for not hanging up the bath mat. So sometimes I forget to hang out the bat mat in our apartment, and then Brennan brings it in my room and throws it at me. So it's kind of like a little bit of, I guess we got to do our own stuff. We got to keep each other in check. But I'd also say, for the most part, I think it's really a blessing to be able to spend however many years together. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't think we're getting closer. I don't think we're getting farther apart. I mean, we've always been, as Brennan said, very close. Everything that we do, we usually do together.
I mean, we've always been referred to as the twins. When we were at Okemos, middle school, AAU, summer ball, it wasn't referred to Brennan and then Colin or Colin and Brennan. It was always just the twins because we were always doing the same thing.
The Waltons also admit it took a while to adjust to the program and college life, but Izzo liked what he saw. He decided to have the twins redshirt this season, preserving an extra year of eligibility.
I think those guys are good enough to play, maybe here, maybe somewhere, so I would never want to waste that opportunity. Since I wasted one in college, I might have been a pro, who knows. But I would have had a 5th year, so I want to make sure I don't do that to somebody else.
You had talked about how him coming to your high school game and saying, hey, that kid played pretty well, that was enough. For then months later to hear him say, these two guys are good enough to play somewhere. What was that like for you guys?
When we came in, people thought we were a little worse than we actually were. But, we can shoot a little bit. We can do little things. And some things, like athleticism, it's not really our...
Still working on that.
Yeah, it's not really our main thing. We're no Colin Carr. But,
nobody is.
But, we go to the glass, we offensive rebound, smart with the ball. And I think that's what he saw when we played East Lansing.
We're both happy that redshirting because we'll see what happens, and even if hopefully we're able to stay here until we graduate, and then maybe we have eligibility left and want to go and see where we can play. I think that'd be great.
The Waltons don't know what the future holds. They understand it's possible they'll be asked to move on after the season, but they also say they really feel valued and approach each day with gratitude. This whole opportunity is beyond their wildest dreams, and for as long as it lasts, they'll enjoy it together, the way they've enjoyed every sport they've ever played.
It seems like you guys just have a great perspective. Like, you understand that, you know, you kind of caught a break and you're making the most of it and having so much fun, and that's a pretty mature perspective to have for 18, 19-year-old kids. I guess what allows you guys to have that perspective? Where does that come from for you guys?
We're both very realistic. We don't think we're all that. You know, I think we have a lot. I think we grew up with kind of realism. Like, this is how it's going to be. This is who you are. Then you got to figure it out.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. Like, I just kind of feeling to figure itself out, and you know, if they call and like, yeah, we're not taking you guys, you know, figure out a path, maybe get another pesticide certification, but who knows? But I don't know. I mean, it's just something that we never thought was going to happen. So, you know, you got to think. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. You know, when you don't expect something to happen and then it happens, you know, you're more grateful and you take advantage of it more. You know.
Now, with the redshirt rules, the Twins are not allowed to play in any games this season, even if it is a blowout. However, they have had the opportunity to travel to some pretty cool places like Maui, and also having a front row seat to Trey Holloman's game winner at Maryland. They also say one of the biggest perks about being a Division I athlete, the free food that comes with it.